Welcome back, YouTubers. On this episode, we're going to look at Kano and all its applications. And we're going to go an overview and we're going to concentrate on Scratch. Scratch, that's what we're going to do. So let's get into it. So we have Kano installed already on the system in the Raspberry Pi. And now I'm doing a remote session to the Kano. And as you can see here, we have under games, this pretty much it's gonna be like what you have under games. You have adventure, naughty physics, open TTD, tux paint, tux typing. Under media you have EPD viewer, painter, project, secrets, YouTube. Under code there is a lot of stuff here. Code Academy, Hack Minicraft, Harry Potter, How to Touch Works, Jumper Vision, Kano Code, Kano Profile, Kano World, Make Arc, Make Like, Make Punk, Make Sneak, Motion Kit, Pixel Kit, Scratch, Sonic Pi, Terminal, Terminal Quest. And then under tools you have your calculator, you got your Gmail, Google Drive, Google Maps, Internet, LeapPad, LibreOffice, Mindori, and your settings, SongMaker, BNC, Wikipedia, and then you have orders updater and all this other stuff. Files and shutdown, logout. So like I say, in this, then you have your apps here. You can start from here or you can go here on the K and then you look for code Scratch. So that's one way of starting, and then the second way is right here on the desktop. So you click on Scratch, and we're just gonna do a small program. And what are we doing here? We're gonna have some different characters and we're gonna make them move in the window. This Scratch 2 has a okay, my connection sometimes I'm doing a remote session to the Raspberry Pi, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer, sometimes it so here we go. So this is the default, and edit. We go to file here, you're gonna save. So we have file, say project, load project. So in this case we're gonna let's add another sprite. It's called the little character, so we can load a new one here. So sometimes it takes longer to get the command. But now since I'm recording, I'm gonna cheat. So we're gonna select our sprite. I cancel here. We're gonna go under, I don't know, let's say animals. The fantasy. What do we have here? Let's use Kobo. Yeah, let's use Kobo. Make it okay. So now you have these two characters. And let's add one more. Fantasy and under animals, let's get the butterfly here, okay? And now we are going to write code for each one. So let's start with this butterfly. And here are your scripts, custom and sounds. We're not going to do sounds right now. We're just going to do motion, control, and events. So when click, so you drag the code from here, you drag it to this window over here. And now we go motion, and we're going to say move 10 steps. And you just drag and drop and connect it to this notch here. And then you say scroll down, and I'm going to say if on edge bounce. Okay, and then we're going to go to control, and we're going to take forever. And that's it. And now I believe you can add comment. So that's it for that one. So the butterfly. Now we do the same thing for Gobo. So for Gobo, same thing on click. We're gonna make them work. And let's make them turn. And same thing when it gets to the edge. Bounce. And this is gonna be clockwise. I'm gonna do forever. Okay, forever, and then drop between those commands. And now we got to the cat. Under the cat, same thing. On click, motion, move 10 steps. And now turn the other way, this one, so we see some difference. And then on the edge, when it gets to the edge, you're gonna bounce back, and then control, gonna do forever. So it opens up. You see how it opens up when you drop it? So that will grab the other code. So now we go file, save a project. Good background. I don't know, something like that. Slopes. What about, let's do it under the water. There you go. That looks like fun. Scripts, then a file, save project, save it, please, and let's run it. So there's our scripts right here. Not doing nothing there. Let's see the character here. That has code. This one has code. This one has code. Now let's run it. See, that's what we wrote, right? One is going clockwise, the other counterclockwise, and it's moving. It's moving, and that's one animation that we can make. So that's the programming and Scratch. So okay, so next, let's see. That will be our first program. Let's let it run. The play goes that way, and this one is gonna go this way until it gets to the edge. Okay, so that's it. And let's stop here, and do file, do a new one, save it, place it. Now let's do a new one. Now let's get a sprite. Now let's do some animals. Let's do people. And let's grab let's get Sarah. Okay. And let's get AV. And let's get library working. Is it the same one? Okay, let's see. Okay, they're different. Okay, so we're gonna go here, here. Okay, now we're gonna take the cat and delete it. And let's add one more people. Let's get Hannah. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna add code one by one. Again, let's save it. Save project before it crashes. People working in New York. Something like that. Save it. And let's load a picture of a city. Okay, so we have our, what do we have here? Okay, so it looks like Abby is Abby, we're gonna move her down like right here, and then everybody else is gonna work. Okay, so we have a point of reference. Let's Hannah. Let's do events on click, motion. I mean, she's going fast. Let's make it the steps. Let's change it to 20. And same thing when it gets to the edge, we want her to come back. Control, and we're gonna do forever. That's one. And now events. Now we're gonna do for Wawa. On click, motion. Let's make 5 steps here. Gonna go slower. And we can get to the end. Gonna bounce back. And control, we're gonna do forever. Okay, so that's that one. Ivy is gonna stay there. I'm gonna move her. On click. Sarah, we're gonna do same thing, motion. Let's make her 10. If on the edge, bounce back. Control, forever. Okay, so now let's save. Just in case something crashes. Okay, so we are good to go. Let's see what happens. That's what we get. One is faster than the other. Very good. All right. There's our second program with different background, and just standing there and watching. So now let's stop here. Stop it. And the file. Let's do another one. And now let's see, this time we use some sound. Yes. So let's get an animal here. And let's use this beetle here. Say okay. Move this one. Okay, let's leave the two of them there. Now I forgot what sounds do I have available for, but let's see. Looks. Say hello for 2 seconds. Okay, so we're gonna make him say hello. So on events, we say on click, motion, make him work, and then say hello. And which custom video? Next custom. Change color by a factor of 25. Let's do that one. Change size by 10. Let's do that one. Go font size. Okay. And sound. Play a pop sound. That instrument to play drum sound. So where are we? Okay, let's do the pop sound. Delete this one. And tempo, we're not gonna do that. Pen. And we're not going to do that. Data events. Control. We're going to do this not forever. We're just going to do, let's say, 10 times. Let's do on the steps and make it high. And say hello. There you go. See, it got bigger and bigger. So, and it's changing the color. Now for this guy, let's put some background. Let's make it space. Let's see down how it looks. Well, too spacey. Here, let's look space. Take this one. Okay. All right. So for the cat, what we're gonna do the cat. So we did for the video. We copy this. Add comment help. There's not an option to drag and copy and paste. Now let's save it before it crashes. And we're gonna say video and cat and paste. Something like that. Save it. And now let's do for the cat something. We're gonna select our cat here. And let's say let's see, events, click. We want him to walk, say 10 steps. We wanted to say, think for, and we want to change color effect by 25. Set color effect to 0. Okay, what about if we say 2 stars and change color effect by 25 and say sound play meow and let's do that for forever. Repeat until and then we're gonna operators until control sensing operators until pick a random number and let's say 1 is equal to 7 and then so if it's 7 it's equal then it's going to stop. So now let's see what happens. Let's do file save just in case it crashes. Save it. Okay, And now let's see. So sometimes a delay there. We continue. It's picking a random number from 1 to 10. So when it's 7, then it should stop. So now we match 7. Oh, that's good. So we use different operators. So this is how you use the operators. In this case, the way I use it is I say I pick a 7 equals random pick from 1 to 7. So it's checking this condition, it's repeating this code until this is 7. If it's 7, then it stops and it loops. It jumps out of the loop and it ends. And we can do different operations. So I think for now, so we cover motion, we cover looks, we did sound. So I think this is good for now. We can stop at this point.